So we're asked to find the domain and the range of this function. So to get the domain, we know from domain is just all the values of x for which this function is defined. So the domain will be the set of x such that this is defined, meaning that for this to be defined, x should not be equal to 2. So all the values except x equal to 2 is the domain. So if you substitute any value of x aside 2, this expression will be defined. So coming to range, we use this property, the relationship between a function and its inverse. So okay, let me use a diagram so you see what is happening. Okay, so if you notice that the domain of f is now the range of its inverse. Do you see? So what I'm going to do here, I will find the inverse of this because it's easier to solve for domain. So I will first get the inverse. The domain of the inverse is now the range of this, that's of the function. So that's what I'm saying. So let's get the inverse. To get the inverse, remember the steps. First thing I have to do is I'll make x the subject of that as y. Let me write this as y. Let's just write it as y so that f of x is always y. So they are the same. So let's make x the subject of formula. First, let's cross multiply. We have xy minus 2y is equal to x plus 3. So there is x here. I have to bring this here and move that there. So if we factor x, I have y minus 1 equals 2y plus 3. Therefore, x is now 2y plus 3 over y minus 1. Looking for range, which is y. So from here we see that the range, remember range is the image of the domain. So from here the range will be all the values of y except 1. Because if you substitute 1 here, it will be undefined. So it will be y such that y is not equal to 1. So that's our range. So while solving for domain, you check all the values where x is defined. Y the range, you make x the subject of formula. Then you now check where y is defined. So all those values are the range. So that's the answer. Thank you.